I see dots. I'm scared. Today we got a quick one, but a very important one. I've been working on my car lately, and one thing that's been driving me absolutely crazy is my light. Now, I had an old school light that was micro USB, and it works all right for 5 minutes. Then it dies. It's the most annoying thing ever, and it's micro USB. And it takes 40 years to charge it. And I have my awesome Streamlight, which you can check the video out up there or up there. And that one works great. It's very bright light. However, it likes to roll away. And it won't sit in one spot. So I did what I do best, and I went on the Amazons and I found a light that should be able to fix both of those issues and more issues that I didn't know I actually had. So this is the Lutech work light. And the reason why I got this one specifically is because it's magnetic, it swivels, it has a hook. So many places, many different ways you can put it, and it's only just a white light, just simple. Some I saw had red light and all this other stuff. I didn't want that. I wanted a specific work light that I could take with me in the engine bay or underneath the car or inside, wherever I need light. Let's give it a look. So we are first greeted by USB-C to USB-A. Now, we're getting better with our technology, which means we're using a lot of rechargeable things and USB-C. And I say this all the time. They're not including boxes now. And now I'm running out of things to use the boxes that I've already had for years. So now I'm gonna have to start buying boxes to use these chargers. Again, I can use the existing USB-Cs that I have plenty, but sometimes it's nice having a dedicated plug for something. So if you need to plug in multiple things, you can do that. And if you don't have a box, then I'm never gonna plug this into my computer, let's be honest. We don't plug these into our computer to charge them. Anyway, rant over. So, here's the unit. Ooh, quite heavy, I like that. Little cardboard piece. And instructions. Did we light up your life? This is the unit itself. All right, we'll get into that. I wanna look at this thing. Ooh, wow. Lots of little diodes. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, first impression, it's got a good weight to it and a good feel. It's pretty small. Here's my phone in comparison. So pretty small. It's definitely thicker than my phone, but got a good weight to it. I like it. Now you have this, which you can open up, completely flat, a little bit over 180. And it's pretty solid, I think. This base piece is metal, so good quality. And then those are the two magnets. We'll test the strength of those in a minute. And I think this, yeah. So this swivels, I think, 360 degrees, and it just keeps swiveling. That's nice. Swivel action is nice and tight, and oh, the front, this black is all rubber. It's actually quite soft. It's like a soft but hard rubber at the same time, if that makes sense. Now, I did see somewhere that this is waterproof because you can see the USB port here. You just pull it open and it's a nice little rubbery feel. Do not stare at operating lamp. Got it. Suitable for wet. Look at that. I don't know if you can read that, but it says suitable for wet. If you're working on cars, especially in the winter, you're gonna get wet. So that's the reason why I got this, but I like that you can just stand it up like that. You can point it down. All right, let's see how bright this thing is. Oh my goodness. I'm staring at the camera, so it's not directly at me, but look at how, that is so bright. Okay, press it again. Okay, 1 dim, 2 dim, and then off. See, simple. No other colors, no flash, no strobing. Wow, that is so bright. Oh my. That is genuine.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
No, I looked at it. I see dots. I'm scared. Very bright indeed. Holy cow. Okay. I'm already really excited about this. So this is, it's 400K bright white. I don't like the blue lights. The bright white is punch in your face. I don't know how many lumens. I think it was Oh my gosh, I still see the dots all over in my vision when I blink. Yeah, don't stare at this. 1,000 lumens, nice and simple. Magnetic, and look at this. This is probably my favorite part. A lot of modern cars, the fenders, the hood, sometimes the roof, are aluminum, so the magnet won't work. So, you got a little hook. Look at that. And it springs back, so you can hook it onto something and then turn it on. Look at that. That is awesome. Versatility. So not only can you sit it up like this, you can rotate it, so it has its own little tripod stand. That was one problem I was having with my other light. It would just roll off. There was nothing for it to like hold on to. So I was like setting it up against things. Half of my job was making sure I had light and it not flying everywhere inside the car. It was driving me crazy. I was banging my head against the wall. But this, it has its own stand. You could swivel it around really easy. That is so bright. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then if the stand doesn't work for you, you've got the magnets on the back, 2 magnets here. And if that doesn't work for you, you got the big giant hook. It's huge.
That's what she said.
And that opens up quite a bit. I'd say about 2.5 inches. So you can get it around something pretty large. In fact, I know the perfect place to put it. Let's go place it there. So this hood is aluminum, so the magnet won't stick. But there's a nice little hook right here that I can hook into that, and let's aim it like that. Come on. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, come on. And it's secure because that comes back and locks into place. So you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. And you have it, you can rotate it where you need it. I can literally see everything in my engine bay. That is perfect. Let's go. And again, this fender's aluminum, that hood's aluminum, this fender's aluminum. I'm pretty sure the roof is aluminum. So there's a lot of places where there's not magnetic metal, right? So this is literally perfect for that. So it's super versatile. Now the light coming in from this window here is making it so it's quite bright. However, I mean, you can tell it's pretty dark. But when we turn this on, look at that. Daylight, baby. So the trunk here, or right up in this area, is magnetic. So let's give the magnets a try. Yeah, look at that. So the magnet, let's see. Okay, I'd give that about a medium strength. It's not like insanely strong, but I mean, it's holding on there. So on the areas you need the magnet, you can use it. And then we can do that, rotate it to where we need it. Beautiful. And worst case scenario, if you need it to be hooked on something, you can hook it and then rotate it. So now it's hanging on the hook. I mean, come on, what more could you ask for? Absolutely incredible. Look at that. Absolutely crazy. Even on the dimmest setting, it's quite bright. But the brightest setting is the best. Like, I could see everything I need. And then you have your battery indicator right here. So this is at 2. When I first started it, it was at 3. So obviously these are never fully charged when you get them. So I'd recommend fully charging it when you get it. And it's just a single button press to cycle through. I wonder if holding it will just turn it off. Let's see. Ah, it does. Okay. So if you don't want to skip through, you just press and hold to turn it off, and you're done. Nice and easy. The magnets aren't like insanely strong. However, it's good enough for what I need. When you got a good spot, it's pretty locked in. So I'd say medium to strong strength for these magnets. I will probably use the hook when I can, or even just setting it down like that and then just moving it where I need it to. It's sturdy. Versus this light, which is really nice and very bright, but this is the problem. It rolls around, it doesn't stay put. I can't prop it up without having to like grab something else to prop it up, and then it ends up falling off or falling out of the way. Don't have to worry about that. You just throw that on and you have it locked in. You can have it go up, have it go down. You can even lay it sideways like that if you want to. There's so many ways that you can use this. It's not just a basic light with just a single stand. And the fact that it can rotate 360 degrees is awesome. And then that fits back into that nicely. I honestly have nothing bad to say about this thing. This thing is sweet. I love the heft of it. I love the feel of it. The only real thing is, how long will the battery last? I'm sure because this is brand new and batteries have come a long way, this can last a pretty decent time. Let's go back in and see if this gives us a time of how long the battery lasts. Of course, the battery is going to last longer on low light, but let's be honest, nobody uses low light. Up to 15 hours of runtime on low, impressive. 4 hours of runtime on medium, and 2.5 hours of runtime on high. 2.5 hours, I think that's good. I think depending on what you're doing, obviously if you're doing like a really in-depth job at night, either having one of these as a backup, they're not too expensive, or making sure it's fully charged right before you do it. While editing this, I realized that you're not gonna have this light on constantly. I'm sure there will be a moment where you have breaks where you can turn it off. Maybe you're stretching out that 2.5 hours, so something to keep in mind. Obviously, nothing beats something that's plugged in all the time. This will always stay lit as long as it's plugged up and I pay the electricity bill. There's always a finite amount of resources with these, but I think with a realistic amount of time for this amount of light, even the low setting is still plenty bright. So worst case scenario, you have a light for 15 hours. So that's kind of where I put it at. I don't know if it's where if you do the brightest light and you get down to one battery light and you go down to low, how long it lasts at that point. I'm sure the 15 hours is fully charged to the lowest light level that'll last 15 hours. So I think if you mix it, you can make it happen. Either way, this thing is killer for what you can do, hanging it up, the magnet, and having it set down, like 3 different ways of having this light fixed in a position. That is, you can ask any mechanic and they will tell you, yes, this is exactly what I need. I don't really have any complaints if I'm being honest with you. I think this thing is awesome. If I could have any improvements to it, maybe putting some light padding on this, but then that will take the effectiveness of the magnet away. So I don't know, that might not be the best idea. I love the hook idea. I've never seen a hook. On my old one, it has a clamp, which is, it's all right, but the problem is this battery, it doesn't last very long. It's bright, like, don't get me wrong, it's bright, but it will die in 5 minutes because I've had this for years. In fact, so long that I don't know if you can see that, but that's micro USB. It's so outdated. And I never really find much good places for this. And in fact, I had this hanging above my head. I don't remember what it was on, fell right on my head, corner went right into my temple. It hurt really bad. So to have like a hook, like let's say it's actually something that's enclosed and you put the hook around it, it doesn't matter if you hit it, bump it, it's not coming off. So it's a much safer alternative, and it's a smaller package. Look at how giant this thing is compared to this. So getting in tight spaces, I'm sure plenty of you will know, a light like this ain't gonna do you much good. This gets everywhere for the most part, and you can leave it be. So yeah, I really like this light. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description for one of these. I highly suggest getting one if you work on stuff and you need light. We always need light when we're working. This thing is awesome. And we'll see you in the next video. I see dots.